On episode 2, I share a moment when my life changed forever when I decided to face one of my fears. And I tell you one of my favorite Dave Chappelle movies. Don't worry, you can thank me later.
Thank me later. Thank me later. Thank me later.
So this story is from a moment in 2009. 2009, that was the year that King of Pop, Michael Jackson, died. Okay, I know a random point of reference, but anyways, so in 2009, People's Choice Awards had a songwriting competition where you upload your original song and the public was to vote on who had the best original song. So I was like, I could do that. You know, I'll just upload a still shot of my face and my song along with it, and we'll see what happens. But something told me to read the fine print, which is something that I normally did not do. You know, I'm the type of person who I'm not going to read the directions. I'm going to look at the box and try to put it together from there. But anyway, some told me to read the directions, and I'm glad it did, because it said you had to upload a video of you performing your original song. So I was like, oh my God, because at that time I was really content with just being Ingrid Woode, the songwriter and producer. I really was not confident with the artistry part. You know, I was confident with the music I was creating at that time, but I wasn't comfortable with thinking about people watching me as an artist, or watching me on stage, or watching me on camera. You know, some musicians and artists, they don't feel comfortable listening to the sound of their own voice, and that really wasn't me. I don't mind that, but just to look at myself on camera is something that I feel super uncomfortable about. Even now, I still do. But I was like, you know what? I know what's going to happen if I don't upload this video. Nothing. But something great could happen if I upload it. So I'm just going to go ahead and face this fear and do it. And so what I did decide to do, though, was in an effort to attempt to take some of the attention off of just looking at me, I was like, I'm going to make the context of the video be that I'm gonna show how I created the song. So that's what I did. The video could only be 60 seconds. So in that 60 seconds, I showed how I, play the keys, play the drums, play the drum machine, play the bass, all of that. And at the very end of the video, I showed a shot of me singing the song, even though I had like a big pop filter covering up like 2/3 of my face. But uploaded the video, became one of the 3 finalists, and then ended up winning the entire competition. Now, this moment is really significant for me because it really wasn't about opening up a lot of opportunities or a lot of doors for me. It was that it opened up significant opportunities for me. The song that I chose was a song called Fair Weather Friend, and it was this song that led to me working with Queen Latifah. It was this song that years later, Lalah Hathaway's team, they heard the song and they reached out and asked me to write for Lalah Hathaway. And, had I not uploaded the song, had I not faced my fears, who's to say that things would not have happened? But I took a chance, and it opened up a significant door and significant opportunities for me. So the main takeaway, the business takeaway, is really 2 things. One, it comes a time when and just in general, where you have to deal with fears. It's natural to have them, but you either have to face them, ignore them, or function in spite of them. And I think I said I faced them, but really I functioned in spite of my fear, because it was terrifying, especially when I hit the upload. That was terrifying because I couldn't turn back. But you have to really be willing to face your fears, to take a chance on changing your situation, and take a chance on potentially winning, and not be afraid of failing. And the second takeaway is a phrase, and these are not the exact words, so forgive me, but it's like, use what you have for what you have is plenty. It's enough. So many people get stuck on waiting till everything is perfect, and it's definitely great. You need to have a plan, but you need to execute. Ideas are great, but execution is really where it's at. People wait, I need a better camera. I need a better microphone. I need more money. I need to move here. I need to change the way I look. Use what you have in that moment to execute, because you can only grow from there. And I say, look at my video. It's on my YouTube page right now. It's the very first video I ever uploaded, and I think I uploaded it in 2009. The video quality is horrible. The camera that I used was a graduation gift that my parents gave me. It took okay pictures. The video was horrible. It only took 60 seconds and it recorded no audio. So it was like little 60-second silent movies. So just imagine me editing that video for that competition. It sucked. I could tell you a whole story about that in itself, but a long story short, the video quality sucked. My outfit was atrocious. I looked extra awkward, but at the end of the day, people loved the song. It's about content. People loved the content, and they loved the context of the content. They loved the song, and they loved the fact that it showed how I created the song. And that's really honestly what it's about. If you have something that is incredible, people are going to see it. You can polish a turd. You can put that turd on a platinum platter and spray some perfume on that thing. But eventually people are going to realize that it's just a piece of poo. You know what I'm saying? I could have said something else, but I was trying to be nice. People are going to realize that it's poop. You can make it look as nice as you want, but if you have something that people like and people love, they're going to see it. It doesn't matter what type of camera you use. It doesn't matter how expensive your equipment is and where you are and if they love it, they love it. So yeah, those are two takeaways. Be willing to work through your fears and be willing to execute even when everything is not perfectly the way that you want it to be. Just execute. That's my 7-Up. For this episode, Songology, I want to talk about a song called Joy and Pain. I wrote and sang on the song. It's on Eric Seat's 2014 release called Project Sidiooo. Eric reached out and he was like, hey, I'm working on a project. I would love for you to be a part of it. The concept of it is I want to inspire people. So I was like, bet, send me some tracks and I would definitely love to work on it. So the track that I decided to write to was something that I normally would not write to, and I saw it as an opportunity to grow as a writer. Normally I write to songs that are very chord heavy and bass line is there, and it just the song just jumps right at me. And for this one, it was like I loved the drums in it. I loved the sounds he used, and it had a lot of space. It was very open. So it had a lot of room for me to create whatever melody I wanted to create. And so I like I said, I used this opportunity to grow as a writer. Funny story about this song. When I was in the middle of writing it, I got a horrible stuffy nose that would not leave, and it was like around Christmas time, fall to winter, which normally this happens. And so I went to my doctor and I was like, I'm pretty sure I just need some antibiotics. She would not prescribe me by antibiotics. Eric just so happened to reach back out. He was like, hey, when do you think you'll be finished with the song? And I was like, technically I'm done. I was like, I just need to re-record my vocals because I have this horrible stopped up nose. He was like, okay, cool. So, but what I did do was I recorded a talk box part at the end of the song, and I listen back to it every time I can hear my stuffy nose, because even though when I play the talk box, The notes that you hear are being played by the instrument, in my case, the keyboard. And I don't sing or say anything. I mouth the words that I want to say while I'm playing the keys at the same time. But I can still listen back to it and hear how my nose was stopped up. But eventually I went back to the doctor because I tried everything. Neti pot, tea tree oil, drops in the shower, everything. And I went back and she ended up prescribing me antibiotics. And guess what? It took my stuffy nose away. So I hurried up and re-recorded my vocals and sent them to Eric. One of my favorite lines that I wrote in the song, it says, I say, I'm talking to Sky. Sky said, get in it. If you want to fly, you just have to be willing. And to me, that's just so true. Like, yeah, I may fail and I may exceed my expectations, but I have to be willing. So check this song out, a little bit of the song I'm gonna play, and make sure that you support this project, Project Sidiooo, SIDIOO Volume 1. It's on iTunes. I will put a link in the description box.
The stars have aligned, respect this significant. I'm talking to Sky. Sky said get in it. If you wanna fly, you just have to be willing. The good, the bad, through joy and pain, you hold my hand. No wavering. The good, the bad, through joy and pain, you hold my hand. No wavering. Through the good and the bad, you'll find joy. No wavering. Through the good and the bad, you'll find
My go-to gadget is actually the microphone that I am talking into right now. The same microphone that I used to record episode 1's podcast. The brand is Blue Microphone brand. The model is a baby bottle. It literally looks like a baby bottle. Price-wise, I think it's about $400. So depending on who you are and what you used to record and what you need to use to record, it could be seen as a pricey mic. But I think on a grand scale, on a scale of microphones, it's not a low end mic, but it's definitely not a high end mic. But I think it's a very good price for what it gives you. I love this mic. It's a good mid-range mic, good for vocals. My voice is kind of mid-range to high range. My voice is thin, good for vocals and guitar. It comes with, at least when I bought it, it came with its own pop filter and shock mount. It's a condenser microphone, so you need to be able to use phantom power to use it. I love this mic. Nothing bad to say about it really, other than it's a cosmetic thing. The pop filter kind of tore a little bit, but it's still usable. To replace it, I think it's like maybe $50 or $60. For me, not worth it. I would just go buy like a $15, $20 pop filter if it was really that serious. But other than that, like I said, that's cosmetics. The capsule itself is really good. The microphone is really good. I love this mic. I have it going into a couple preamps to give it a little bit more warmth and just a little subtle crispness. But beyond that, this is a very, very good microphone. I would definitely recommend it. Okay, we're about to get into Eric Seats' segment of the podcast, but I did want to make a short little announcement. I decided instead of doing hashtag Ask eSeats, I just want it to be hashtag eSeats. It'll be shorter. ESEATS. So it'll still be about sending him music and business questions, and send those questions on Twitter or Instagram to @TheBalanceRoom. But make sure you have hashtag eSeats as a tag in your question. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hand it over to Eric Seats.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your dude, E Seats. Shout out to my little sister, Ingrid Woode. This question that is from at Math Preacher is to Eric. I remember you saying that you would love to take your children on the road with you. Saw pictures of little Ari traveling with you. What has that been like? I love that question. That is definitely true. I think it'll always be true. I've been afforded the opportunity just from touring and production to see over 60 countries in all of the United States. So, and I've always felt like everywhere I've been or would like to revisit, I've always dreamed about taking my family with me. But yeah, I take them. They've been to a few places with me, and I love it. I love it because it's a good time on and off the stage. You know, 'cause I adore them. So, and one thing I think is very important from them to, you know, not be afraid to travel and abroad and to not be limited or complacent in this life. So I want them to see whatever my eyes have seen and more. So I'm just getting them ready for that. But I love that question. I appreciate it too. So good looking out at Math Preacher. I will start to follow you, and I hope you start to follow me back on Twitter. Is at Eric Seats, Seats. Much love to you, Ingrid. And I hope this did it.
All right, my Tare of the week is a movie. I love this movie. It's Dave Chappelle's Block Party. I think it came out in 2004. I want to say 04, maybe 05. I'm not sure. I did not fact check, so I apologize. Let me know if I'm wrong. But it's like a combination of comedy and music. Dave Chappelle put together a block party in New York. And I love it because it's like a documentary style of filming, and I love documentaries. But yeah, it's also cool because it shows Kanye West at the beginning of his career, and the same for John Legend. But it's got a lot of great musicians. Jill Scott, The Roots, The Fugees. It's got a lot of people. I love this movie. Definitely something that balances me out. So I would really recommend this, whether you've seen it or whether you haven't. If you are a Dave Chappelle fan and supporter, I think you will really love this, especially if you like music. Worth a movie to have in your DVD catalog. And plus, Dave Chappelle's hometown, so I gotta support hometown. He's from Ohio. But y'all, this concludes episode 2 of the Balance Room podcast. This podcast is available on Stitcher, iTunes, and SoundCloud. It is on it's on Twitter and Instagram at TheBalanceRoom, and it's on Facebook, The Balance Room. If you have any questions for Eric Seats, ask them on Twitter or Instagram, and make sure you have the hashtag eSeats, hashtag ESEATS, your business and music questions. Math Preacher 08, I appreciate your question. Eric loved it, as you heard. Let people know about this podcast. Share it if you like it. Let us know. And if some of these segments didn't make sense, or you want a little bit more detail about why they are what they are, check out episode 1, where I go into more detail about what it is, the different segments. So until next time, God bless and stay balanced.